Well, a very good morning to everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brad. This is Firewood at the Furnace, and if it's your first time here, welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy what you see here. So in last week's video, you saw I was talking a little bit about the bundles and my review on the Amish made bundle machine. Some of you gave me some great feedback on that as far as my label holder and a couple of other things. So I'm gonna kind of revisit that, touch on that, and show you some things that I've done and the improvements that I'm going to make on that thanks to your feedback. And I'm also going to talk to you a little bit about a little medical issue that I had over the past week and why not a whole lot has gotten done here in the yard. I'll show you around, but I will show you one thing that has gotten done and is going to be a great improvement here in the yard. And I will show you how I'm going to use it, what's going to be in it, and some equipment that I'm going to use to make it more efficient. So we've got a load of logs to pick up, a load of oak from the tree service this afternoon. So I'm going to try to pack all that into today's video. Stick around. So in the first Friday's video last week, you saw I was getting a load of locust from the tree service and we were loading it with the crane into the dump trailer. That load of locust was some pretty good size firewood, some big wood, but I did have to cut it with the chainsaw to make it fit in the dump trailer. And while I was cutting it, I did notice that it was covered with poison ivy vines. I am been allergic, have a severe allergy to poison ivy ever since I was a little kid. So I've come up with a system that I normally use that when I know I'm exposed to it, I come home as quickly as possible, I shower myself, and I use a product called Technu, which is supposed to neutralize the oils from poison ivy and make it less severe, which normally works for me. Whenever I've done that in the past, even if I do get it, it's just a couple little spots. It did not work at all this time. This might have been the most severe case of it that I've ever had. I will put just a little disclaimer here. If you don't want to see it, close your eyes, because I'm going to put a picture right here of how I woke up on Wednesday morning, and it was pretty bad. My vision was severely limited, and I took myself to urgent care, and it progressively got worse over the next 48 hours. It spread from my face, down my arms, down my legs, and pretty much made life miserable for me for about 4 or 5 days. The doctor put me on 10 days of steroids, gave me a couple of injections, and I'm healing up now. A couple little spots still drying up on my arms and legs, but I'm back to work. But anyway, I just wanted to give you a little insight on why there are so many logs still laying here in the yard that have yet to be bucked up. There is quite a few rounds here that are staged, ready to be split. But I'll walk you over here to the other side of the yard now and show you what has gotten done this past week. All right, so you know that I've been working on pouring concrete and preparing a shed to come in to help keep some of my equipment in, so I don't have to keep bringing it back and forth from the house to the yard. I did bring the shed over and place it this week while I was healing up from the poison ivy. And here it is. It's just a little 8x12 shed, and it's going to work great for what I need it to do. I'm going to open it up. I'll take you inside and show you my plans and show you some equipment that I'm going to be able to have here now to assist me with making bundles. So I'm very thankful for the advice you all have given me on last week's video about what I can do to make a label holder, so I'm not constantly having to reach or bend down to pick up labels to put inside of the firewood bundles. If you missed that video last week, I'll link it here at the top so you can see what I'm talking about. But based on your feedback, I have made a decision. Let me grab it real quick. I have purchased, just for a few dollars, this metal mailbox. I guess you just, like, it hangs on the front of somebody's house for the post office to put mail in. I've purchased some magnets that I'm still waiting to be delivered, but I'm thinking I'm going to be able to stick this box right here to the side of the bundler this lid will open this way so that I can reach in and grab my labels right out of here. And I'm using magnets because I'm not sure if I want to keep it here on this side or it will fit also in the back here. It might be a little bit too far of a reach to make it comfortable and efficient, so I'm thinking that this side might be the best option, and sticking it on with magnets will give me the flexibility to move it around if I find somewhere else that I like it. So that's what's going on with the label situation. And also in last week's video, I failed to talk to you about the handles that I'm using on the bundles still. I didn't show my application of the handles. I'm going to show you that process now and the system that I'm going to be able to use in the new shed for putting handles, making handles, and putting them on bundles. So we'll move into the shed now, and you see I put a final touch on here this morning. I got the eagle above the doorway. I want to thank Rick for powder coating that for us, my mom's friend. That looks awesome there on the front of the shed. So as we go into the shed here, you can see I've already started, need a little workbench, but because the shed is not that big, I decided to put my workbench on hinges, and this will keep it out of the way when I don't need it. This was actually a bar top that I saved, and it has some folding legs here that we can use to hold the workbench up when I'm not using it, or when I need to use it. So now I'm going to bring in some equipment that I'm going to use here and show you how I'm dealing with the handles on the bundles. All right, so here we are inside the shed, and I'm going to kind of go through a step-by-step process on what I'm doing with my bundles, how I'm going to do it now in here, and why things are going to be so much easier. Some equipment that I'm going to use to make it happen, and it's going to be have multi-uses. So first things first, the handles that I've been using, I get right off of Amazon, and it's just nylon, 1 inch wide nylon webbing. I was using black. I'm going to try out some red today. You can buy pre-cut handles for bundles at about the cost of 23 to 24 cents each, but then you have to pay shipping as well. If you buy it in a roll from Amazon, and I'll put a link in the description of what I'm purchasing, you can get it for about 18 to 19 cents a foot, which is substantially cheaper, and obviously you don't pay for shipping if you've got Amazon Prime. So you might say, okay, now you got it, now you got to sit there and you have to cut each individual piece, and that is true. What I've done to cut this is I have a rope cutter that I made a little stand for, and this little piece on the end here is about 8 to 9 inches long, which is how long I like my handles to be. And I can sit here and knock out an entire roll of this webbing and cut it into individual handles in just about 5 or 10 minutes. So it doesn't take long at all. Now the next question you're going to be asking me is, Brad, you don't have any electric down in the wood yard, so how are you going to run that rope cutter? Well, I have a solution to that too, which I'm very excited to share with you all today. And it's a product that I've been waiting to use, and we're going to take it out of the box here today. And this is the Grecell portable power station. It's 500 watts. It's super lightweight. I'm going to pull it out of the box now and show you what it looks like. But this is going to answer a lot of my problems that I have down here with electricity. I have to keep my phone charged, obviously, to make these videos for YouTube. And I have to charge batteries for the portable drills, Sawzall, impact guns, and obviously I need to run my rope cutter to make bundle handles, and it'd be nice to listen to some music while I'm sitting in here as well. This summer I'm probably going to need a fan, maybe a few lights in here in the evening, and this power station right here is going to answer all those questions. Now one cool thing about this right off the bat, and I can't show it to you because I'm using my phone to record this video, but to charge your phone, all you have to do is set it right on top, and it will charge. Everything is LED powered. Shows you how much juice is in the unit, and it lasts a pretty good time. It's got 2 AC outlets on it. It's got a cigarette adapter outlet on it, USB ports and a micro USB port. It's got a flashlight on it and lots of options. So Grecell sent this to me to try it out, and I knew that I was going to have a perfect use for it. I try not to take equipment or merchandise from people if I don't have a specific use that's going to help me in the yard here, that I can definitely show you all and maybe give you some ideas. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut a few bundle handles. I'm going to plug in the rope cutter right here, turn this on. It's going to take a second for this to heat up, and then I'll show you how I cut the handles. So while the rope cutter's heating up, it'll only take a second here. It does come with a box with all of your charging adapters. You can charge it in a vehicle. You can charge it obviously plugged into the wall. And everything is provided for you right there in the box. So you would think that this rope cutter probably pulls a good bit of juice. It does register on here what the AC output is, and it's registering right around 37 watts right now to power this rope cutter. So it's more than sufficient enough to do this operation. Like I said, I'm going to be able to power lights here in the shed in the evening. I would be able to power a fan while I'm sitting in here in the summer heat. I will be able to power all of my cordless drill battery pack chargers to keep all my batteries filled. I'm going to be setting those up right here on this shelf. And anytime that this power pack starts to get low, like I said, it's very lightweight. I can just take it home, charge it up, bring it back, and I've got power once again here in the shed. So it's going to be great. So cutting my bundle handles, all I simply do, I'll move this here a little sideways so you can maybe see it better, is I hold the end of the webbing here on this stick, just drop it down, and it cuts it for me. The reason I like to use the rope cutter rather than just scissors is because it melts it, the nylon or the plastics in the webbing, keep the handle from fraying, gives you a nice, clean, crisp cut, and it looks a lot more professional. Like I said, I've been using the black webbing. This is the first time I've used the red, and I think that's going to make the bundle pop a little more. This goes very quickly, and this rope cutter is all being powered by this little power pack here. This thing will be awesome to use for camping as well. If you do camping, it'll be nice to be able to take to the kids' softball and baseball tournaments. We can run a fan there. A lot of times the games get hot in the summertime, and I think I'm going to have quite a few uses for this thing, but its main purpose is going to be right here at the wood yard in this shed to assist me with making these handles, keeping my batteries charged, and like I said, this thing is working awesome. I will put a link in the description for this unit right here. They do offer other units. This is the 500 watt unit. They make bigger ones, depending on what your needs are. But what I'm most impressed about this thing is how lightweight it is. You look at it and it looks like a deep cycle marine battery, and you would think it would have about the same weight as a battery, but it doesn't. It's super lightweight, easy to carry. Val will have no problem taking this with her if she needs it somewhere. And you can see it's powering this rope cutter with no problem at all. And we are ripping through these handles. So that's 50 bundle handles, 50 we just made in about 3 minutes, I think it was. The rope cutter is turned off. I'm plugging in my battery charger now for my cordless drill. And as you can see, it's working as well. This unit, because the workbench is going to be collapsible and fold up and fold down, I'm not sure if I'm going to leave it up or only put it up when I need it. But I have this shelving up here across the top, and this will probably live right up there. So I wanted you all to see this unit. I think it's going to work out perfect for my situation since I don't have power here in the shed or down here in the yard. Everything will always be charged up now. I won't have to go back to my truck, or if I forget to charge something, take it up to the house. this is going to be awesome. Check out the link in the description if you're interested in something like this, and I think it's going to work out really, really well. So one other thing that I do want to touch on before we go hook up the dump trailer and go get this load of wood from the tree service today is that I looked on the Grecell webpage or their Amazon store, and they also make a solar powered charger that connects to this unit that will charge by solar power. So that is something that I might be interested in. I'm absolutely 100% impressed with this unit so far, and I may reach out to them and see if I can go ahead and get the solar powered charger for this unit, and I will never have to take it home with me to charge it. So that's just another option that I noticed on the website that I wanted to pass along to you. We're going to hook up the dump trailer, go get a load of oak, and I'll see you at the job. All right, so we're here on the job site. I'll turn you around here and show you what we're picking up. It's some bur oak and some white oak. Some smaller stuff is out front, and then the bigger stuff is right here. Don't get much more premium than that. Not your typical tree service wood by any means. Good straight looking oak logs here, cut to the length of the trailer. It's coming over here with another one now. All right, so we are back from that tree service pickup. Got a nice big load of bur oak and white oak. The tree company said that they don't get a whole lot of bur oak around here in this area, but it's very similar to red oak. The bark's a little bit different, but the wood itself, the way it cuts and splits, is pretty much the same as red oak. So that load is still on the trailer. I'm going to get some wood bucked up here and make room before I dump that out. And that's going to be it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Check out the links in the description below for everything we talked about today. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below so that we can interact with you and communicate back and forth. Always enjoy doing that. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you next time.